Top 10 World War II Amazing Facts. 1. Fonta. 2. Mechanic Queen. 3. Hitler and Eiffel Tower. 4. Still in War. 5. Hugo Bus. 6. Tickets for Food. 7. Red Rapes. 8. Canada First to Fight. 9. The Monuments Men. 10. Casualties. Let's get started. The World War II is the biggest armed conflict in modern history. This conflict involved 102 countries divided by the Allies and the Axis countries. The Allies' power were represented by the United States, Great Britain and Soviet Union, Russia, and the Axis power were represented by Germany, Italy and Japan. This war began with the aggression of the German army against their neighbors in 1939 in the named Blitzkrieg or Thunder War. The war was officially over in 1945 with the sign of the Japanese instrument of surrender in the USS Missouri by the Emperor Hirohito. This war gave the shape to the world as we know nowadays. This top 10 is dedicated to all people who participate and die in this war serving or being involved by the conflict. 1. Fonta. The Coca-Cola product Fonta was created in the World War II as a result of the difficulties for Coca-Cola to import the syrup to fabricate the black cola. Instead, Coca-Cola decided to create a different drink named Fonta. This word coming from the German word, Fantasie, which means fantasy or illusion. 2. Mechanic Queen. During the World War II, the Queen Elizabeth II served as mechanic and driver for the British Army. This represented the important role that women occupied in the conflict. Also, the women did work in the main factory for cars, planes, tanks, bullets, rifles. Most women worked as nurses and had an extremely important role saving hundreds of thousands of lives. 3. Hitler and Eiffel Tower. When Hitler arrives to Paris in 1940, the workers of the Eiffel Tower cut all the cables of the elevator. That implicated if Hitler wanted to get to the top of the tower he would have to climb all the 1710 steps. Hitler never got to the top, so the French people say, Hitler conquered France, but never conquered the Eiffel Tower. 4. Still in war. The Soviet Union and Japan never signed a peace treaty, so technically Japan and Russia are still in wars since then. 5. Hugo Bus. The famous designer Hugo Ferdinand Bus was the official designer of the German army uniform. Hitler himself asked for Bus to design the uniform of the army, especially the infamous SS division. Bus was not the only famous person who backed up the Nazis. Henry Ford supported the Nazi action against the Jews. Actually, Henry Ford was the only non-German person who received a medal from the Führer. 6. Tickets for Food. In the United States, all the factories were taken by the government for the production of all the supplies that the army required. As a result of this, the regular products disappeared from the supermarkets. In response, the government gave tickets to the family like coupons to buy food. The tickets could be swapped in the supermarket for meat, sugar, cheese, bread, potatoes, etc. 7. Red Rapes. The Red Army, the Soviet Union Army, was known for raping any German women that crossed their path. Tens of thousands of women were raped by this army. Many of the women couldn't get back to the normal life because of the traumas. In fact, a lot of them committed suicide to end the suffering. 8. Canada First to Fight. When the Japanese Navy attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, they took the United States Navy for surprise and killed many of the military personnel and sunk 4 battleships. This action pushed the United States to the war, but, before that Canada had already declared the war to Japan, because of the same attack. 9. The Monuments Men. During this war, many pieces of art were stolen by the German army to be reintroduced in the Big Berlin's museum. This museum would be constructed after the war over. Because of this, the United States Army enlisted a group of experts to search and find the art with the objective of giving them back to where they belong after the conflict. This group of experts not only found the art, but also found gold in ingots and teeth. 10. Casualties. The exact number of casualties during the World War II is not exact. Some numbers approach that there's a total number of 50 million casualties in the entire conflict. More than 80% of this number were for 4 countries: Russia, over 21 million, China, Germany and Poland. However, there are many big events that was not taken into consideration of the counting, such as the atomic bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Auschwitz concentration camp, among others.